I'm in the second half of my life. I need to make the most of my time. It's happening on April Fool's Day, but trust me, this is no joke. Hi, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be how and why I left my six-figure corporate job to become an entrepreneur. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be not what I had said I was going to post. My Walmart order has not arrived, not completely. I've only gotten half of it, so I don't have enough for a full video. So I thought that I would talk about this instead because I have been meaning to talk with you guys about my goals and about the direction that I am taking. I have had a couple of life update videos with you where I talk about my becoming a personal stylist. I have successfully completed 2 of my 4 beta clients that I essentially recruited to help me to figure out what I needed to do as a personal stylist, to help me to learn about being a personal stylist. Some of the learnings that I've gotten from that experience actually fed into my decision, not to mention the fact that I have considered this for quite some time. I have been in a corporate job for the last 18 years of my life, and being 53 years old, I got a late start. But still, almost 20 years in corporate America. And in the last few years, I realized that I was not as passionate as I should be about the work that I was doing. Fast forward to 2020 and the pandemic. And then I also lost one of my parents this last year in November. It really brought a lot of things into sharp focus. And it was, I think, probably May or June of last year that I had just had it. I'd had a very hard week at the office, and I was depressed and I was discouraged and I was incredibly unhappy. You pile on all of the anxiety around that time of year for the pandemic, and I just came to a decision one day in a meeting that I was like, this is such a waste of my time. I decided then and there that I needed to find a way out of my corporate job and work on this channel, work on helping women. I just needed to get out of that job because I had no passion for it. Might as well introduce myself since I haven't. My name is Oralia, and the content that I provide here on my channel is all around style and fashion for the plus size woman. I am a firm believer that life is way too short to live without style. As a personal stylist, my goal here is to help you to be your best through style. So if you enjoy my content, if you need help with your personal style, then make sure to subscribe, make sure to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss anything here on my channel. If you are a returning friend, welcome back. I really appreciate that you have come back to visit with me again. All right, so moving on, really the biggest impetus behind my wanting to quit my six-figure corporate job and start my own business is the fact that I really enjoy helping you to be your best through style. I have always had a love of fashion. I have always had a love of getting dressed. Granted, I have not always dressed my best, but I have always enjoyed the idea of it and the fashion of it and everything. My mom was a seamstress. She instilled style and fashion and that love of getting dressed from a very early age. I want to have more time to focus on helping women to be their best selves through style. And having a 9-to-5 job was a huge distraction from being able to do that. As I mentioned, I've had a few betas, and one of the key lessons that I learned in having a couple of clients was that I didn't give my 100%. I couldn't give my 100% because I was giving 70 or 80% to a corporate job. So that only left 20% of me to give to my clients. And that is not the experience that I wanted for them or for myself. That just reinforced my decision to leave my corporate job. The other thing that I know that having more time to dedicate to my channel and to my socials and to my business, which all of them are, it's an ecosystem. They're all interconnected. And that is that I love to create content. I love to produce content. In college, I was a film major. And I really loved the creative process that I had when I was in school. And I am applying a lot of what I learned there to my channel. But now I will have a lot more time to get some really good, beautiful, creative imagery and approach making videos in a very creative way. I watch creators out there like Susan from A Little Poet and A Small Wardrobe and Audrey Coyne, creators that really put a lot of thought into the imagery, into the messaging of their videos. And I want to do that. I want to express myself creatively here on YouTube. And having a 9-to-5 job, trying to do Instagram, trying to do YouTube, all of that stuff, I just didn't have the time to do that. Now I am going to make a bigger effort in providing you very beautiful, creative, well thought out videos. And I'm super, super excited because it's hard to get views here on YouTube. It is hard to keep an audience engaged here on YouTube. You have to stand out from the pack. And this is my way of doing it. And I'm so excited that I will be able to now have time to share my creative voice with you. Also, I can focus on growing my socials. Like I said, for my business, my social media is all a part of the ecosystem. They are my key marketing tools. So I will now be able to be more consistent on Instagram. I will continue to grow my Instagram, be able to produce more reels, which I have a lot of fun doing. I really love all of that, and I look forward to being able to really express my message about helping women to be better through style through my social media outlets. And I will now have a lot more time to be able to do that. So I'm very, very thrilled about that. The other reason that I am doing this is, again, because of the global pandemic and then also losing my parent. And she was my aunt, but she was my parent. She raised me after my mom passed away. And that was from the age of 12. And I lost her in November. And paired with the pandemic, which the pandemic had me terrified for her, and that something else came in and took her from me. Those events made me truly, truly realize that life is way too short, way, way, way too short to hate my life 8+ hours a day, 5 days a week. That's 40+ hours a week that I spent being miserable. I want to live a life of no regret. And being able to take the leap and run my own business is a dream. And it is what I am passionate about. Helping you, helping others, helping myself, being my own boss, leading a team, running a successful business. All of those things light me up. And being in my corporate job put that light out. And I don't want to look back and say I spent a majority of my life being miserable. A lot of the time what happens is that I would look forward to the weekend so that way I could create. And so I would wait and pray and hope that Monday through Friday would zip by so that I could have Saturday and Sunday to do what I was passionate about. That is such a huge waste of time. Why on earth would I spend so much time wishing that it would go faster? Time is such a commodity. We have so little of it that wasting my time like that was very wrong. And so that's why I decided that I needed to focus on what I was passionate about, because I'm over 50. My time here is dwindling down. Not to say that I'm dying in the next year or two, but I mean, I'm in the second half of my life. I need to make the most of my time, and I intend on doing that. And so that is another huge catalyst behind my decision to take this risk. I want to talk a little bit about how I have managed to do this. Thankfully, I have got the help of a really great financial advisor. I also have the support of my partner. Both of these things combined have really given me the strength I need to take this step, because I will tell you that quitting your job is hard. It's scary. It's probably one of the bravest things I've ever done. The only time in my life that I was this brave was when we made the decision to move from Texas to the Pacific Northwest. We had $1,000 in our bank account and we up and moved, and it was a huge risk and it was terrifying. And it was a struggle in the first year, but it was the best decision that both of us could have made for ourselves, because one was able to achieve educational goals. I was able to achieve a lot of financial goals, a lot of career goals, because my life was going nowhere in Texas. And when I moved to the Pacific Northwest, that's when my career really took off. And I was able to do things like buy a car, buy a house, have all of the things that I need and want and more, have like incredible amount of abundance. And, I would not have experienced any of this had I not taken that risk. It was critical to me to make this decision and to do this because I had taken a risk once before. And when I was going through this in my mind and having anxiety attacks and just the thought of it in the last few weeks leading up to when I told my manager that I was going to resign, I was so terrified. But then, in talking with my partner, realized that I have done this before and I landed on my feet. And I landed on my feet in a better spot than I ever could have imagined. So I know that taking this risk is going to yield the same result. I'm convinced of it. I absolutely know it and believe it with my entire heart and soul. Terrified still. Don't get me wrong. I'm still very afraid. I'm still very nervous about what I'm doing. But at the same time, it's like being on a roller coaster. You're terrified, but you're having the time of your life. And that's exactly, I think, how it's going to be, because that's how it was before. When is this happening? It hasn't happened yet. My last day is actually April Fool's Day. It's happening on April Fool's Day, but trust me, this is no joke. Wanted to talk a little bit about what is changing as a result of this. So the first thing is that, and you've probably already noticed, I am posting more frequently. I have decided to increase my posting schedule to 3 times a week on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. And I am going to post on those days come hell or high water, because now I have to. And it's not that I'm saying that in a bad way, like, oh, I have to do this. No, I have to do this because I am privileged to do this. I am so privileged to have this opportunity. And I want to post more for you because I feel that I can give you a lot more in that way. So you will see that, both increasing posting and consistency. My job would get in the way sometimes of being able to shoot content, and now I don't have that obstacle. The other thing that is going to change that I am starting up is a private paid Facebook group. I thought long and hard about this. I was going back and forth between Facebook groups or Patreon. And the reason that I want to have a paid service is because when it comes to style and fashion advice here on YouTube, I have to distill it quite a bit because YouTube is created for the masses. A private Facebook group would allow me the opportunity to drill down on a lot of my personal styling knowledge and advice and things like that, and it allows me to do it with a small community. Now, granted, I hope the community grows, but it really gives me an opportunity to give you much deeper personal styling advice, information, and participation and activities. Whereas here I have to be very, very general. The reason that I decided not to go to Patreon were a couple of different things. One, it's a completely different platform that you may or may not be familiar with. Patreon is a completely different platform to what I am accustomed to as well. I came to find that with Patreon, you have to get an application for chat. You have to get an application to do lives. You have to get an application for posting videos. You have to have multiple applications in order to get to be on Patreon. Facebook, you can chat, do lives, do postings, pictures, all of that, all on the platform. So the Facebook group is going to be launching on my day of freedom, which is going to be April the 1st. So I will be announcing my Facebook group on the community tab. I will also be announcing it on all of my social media. You know, just depending on the services that I intend on providing, I will make it, you know, of course, affordable, because I don't want to alienate anyone that is interested in joining. I want to be sure that everybody that wants to participate can, but I do have to keep in mind that I am giving more advice. I am giving more of my services there. So it's that energy exchange of, a paid service. You get something back from me. I will be very active in the Facebook group. I will be posting live. I want to do monthly or weekly style challenges, so all of us that are in the community can partake and show off what we are wearing, show off things that we've bought, participate in the challenges, things like that. I'm hoping that you will join me in my private Facebook group, because I really, really long to have a really good, tight-knit community where we can really dive into style, fashion, how to help, and how to look your best, and all of that. I also am going to be giving more time to my blog and to my newsletter. I want to start producing a weekly newsletter talking about what's been posted on the channel in the week prior, also anything that's been posted on the blog, and maybe some specialized content as well in the newsletter. So that is going to be free. I want to put that kind of publication out for you. As far as the type of content that I'm providing here on my channel, I want to take my weekend outfits video, and instead of making it just me dressing up and telling you what I'm wearing, I want to bring you into being a full-time personal stylist and content creator to show you the behind the scenes. Not to mention the fact that I do want to bring you into my life a little bit more. I know a lot of you have been asking me for makeup videos, which as a part of that vlog, I would incorporate maybe some get ready with me's. I've also had some of you express an interest in my cooking, and so I would do some cook with me's as part of the vlogs, in addition to showing you what I'm wearing every day, especially because I am now going to be self-employed. It becomes even more important for me to get dressed every day, because when you are self-employed, it's easy to just run around in pajamas or sweats or whatever, and doing the weekend outfits and doing it in a vlog style where I've got to show you what I am wearing every single day as it is happening is going to help me to stay with my A game as far as style and fashion, and make sure that I'm dressing every day, and hopefully bringing you inspiration, because you get to see the behind the scenes of what it is to be a content creator and personal stylist. So that is going to be a change. Now, if I find that you guys aren't interested in that style, if you're not interested in the vlogs, then I may stop them and go back to just the traditional format of me showing what I'm wearing and talking about it in a video format, not in a vlog format. But I really would love to do the vlogging, because I find that I enjoy watching vlogs. I didn't used to, but now I really like watching vlogs, and I really want to share on that level with you. So if you do want me to do vlogging, you can give me early indicators by giving this video a thumbs up to let me know that you're into it, and that will help me to feel a little less nervous about bringing you into my life. Now, let's talk a little bit about what's coming in the future. I am still going to continue to do one-on-one consultations as they come up. I will continue to post content here on YouTube, like I said, with more frequency, also with Instagram. But I am also considering developing an online style course, so that way I can reach even more people with how to dress better in the body that you have, whether that's plus size, whether that's mature, whether that's plus size mature, plus size petite, whatever. I want to be able to reach as many people as I possibly can. So during this next few months, I am going to be developing a digital style course that is going to encompass everything that I offer. It's going to be kind of like a full style transformation type of course, I believe. That's kind of what I have in my head right now. And taking the learnings that I have had with my beta clients, and putting that into a way that I can reach a lot more people. So just wanted to give you a heads up that that will also be in the works, and you'll get to see some of that in my behind the scenes vlogs as I work on developing that, because that's all a part of my new job. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. It's a bit different than I had advertised on my community tab. Again, I do apologize about that, but Walmart shipping is having issues, I think, and I will be posting that on Wednesday. Thank you, as always, for supporting me, for being here, for being my friend, for participating, for talking with me. I don't know how to say it, just for sharing who you are, what you are, how you dress, how you gain inspiration, all of that. I truly, truly appreciate that you do that. And I would not be able to do this without you. I absolutely am grateful that I have you, my audience, especially those of you who come back every single video and comment. I really, really appreciate you guys so much, all of you. Thank you for spending a little bit of your day with me. I truly appreciate it. Remember to live your life filled with confidence, grace, and style. I will see you in my next upload. Bye.